Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome, everyone, to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Noethling, coming to you from Roswell, Georgia. The goal of this podcast is to bring topics and guests that will empower you to become that confident leader and take your business and your life to the next level. Today, I am very excited to have Yahne Sneed as my guest. We've been trying to do this for a while, so I'm absolutely excited to have her on. Finally, let me tell you about Yahne. Yahne has encountered numerous trials in her life, each offering valuable lessons for her growth in wisdom and maturity. Her journey has been filled with challenges, but she continually fought against the odds, emerging as a testament to resilience and strength. Whenever life weighed her down, she reminded herself she's come too far to let any of these experiences define her. With unwavering passion and determination, she refused to give up and always sought the silver lining in every hardship. Amidst the struggles, Yahne recognized opportunities to make positive impact in 2022. She utilized her knowledge to establish a business, Relentless Phoenix, and within the same year, she authored a book entitled Manifest Your Canvas, sharing insights on overcoming adversity. The road to self-love and resilience was arduous, that's easy for me to say, arduous, not only for Yahne, but also for those who she guided. Her mission is to help individuals cultivate resilience and mental clarity, guiding them through adversities to unlock their full potential. So today we're going to talk about a subject you all know I love, and that's the power of purpose. How to live with passion and drive. Excuse me, please join me in welcoming Yahne Sneed.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm going to take a drink. I got a cough coming. Okay. Oh, that's very lemonade. Awesome. So we always start out, Yahne, with an easy question. If you watch my podcast, you know it is, where do you call home? Where do you live?
Where do I call home and where do I live? Although that seems like a simple question.
It never is. I'm always amazed.
Where do I live? So currently in the present moment, I live in New Jersey, with my two girls, that is 8 and 2.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm a mom twice over now. And where do I call home? I think for me, home is kind of where my heart lies, where my purpose at, where I feel my best, that I'm thriving. It could be out in the streets. If I'm advocating, I feel home there. That's my purpose. That's where I'm most happiest. It don't have to be in a mansion or anything materialistic like that. So, my children I call my home. My mom I call my home, because that's where I can be my best self and truly be me.
That's right. Where you can be your best self. Very good answer. So I'd like to know just a little bit about your journey that's led you to where you are today. I know that not always is it an easy one, and we gave some insights about the trials and tribulations you've gone through, but just spend a few minutes just giving us some insight about what that journey really has been like.
Yeah, so I didn't come from an easy background. I was raised up with a single mom who really had her own life challenges, and I didn't really have the best support when I was growing up. I was mentally and emotionally abused in many ways, and I was raised up, so I lost my sense of identity and who I really am, essentially, and I have a lot of self-doubt and self-sabotaging going on because I was just lost in this world. My dad, he also abused me as well, sexually abused me as well, on top of being emotionally and mentally abused. So I just came with a very stressful environment. It wasn't until I got into high school, transitioning into college, where I was in this program where I became an advocate, starting to help others, have a voice, just really advocating for them. And I what I learned that when I learned at that moment was that I felt my purpose. I started seeing sparks of my purpose. And what I mean by that is I felt belonging. I felt that I had a sense of identity. I started creating for myself where I felt like my past was somehow building this foundation of strength for me and resilience so I can help others, advocate and build their own
Mm,
resilience and clarity in their own lives. So I started really tuning into that. And college was when I started going to college, it was difficult for me, but I knew I wanted to help individuals. So I leaned into social work more. Um, I throughout college, it was a struggle. Like I said, I was getting ready to drop out
mm,
because of such a struggle with my personal life coming ahead, and also my
mm.
academics. So I really had
Yeah.
to internally grow, and I had to externally grow mentally when it comes to like making sure my academics was a part. So I had a lot to deal with in college, and eventually I put my accuser behind bars. I graduated with a 3.0. I'm really proud about that because there's a lot of naysayers that thought I wasn't even going to get that far. And through all of that, um, I started to realizing the gift I had in helping individuals because of my personal experience and meeting individuals, or just me in my in college and doing my internship. So I knew I had this purpose or a belonging to help individuals. So after my first child in 2015, I started growing internally so I can be that leader that I want to become in order to help them. I couldn't lead a group of individuals if I myself wasn't being
Yeah.
led in the right healthy
Right.
spot. I couldn't give advice unless I give it to myself. So I had to walk the talk essentially. And on top of the extra pressure of being a mom, I really had to be a real strong thought leader in my own life so I can lead with my coaching business that was coming up because I still had that passion of helping and also my kid. Um, and that's what happened. COVID happened, so I kind of had a downfall with that. But I, you know, overcame that as well with me having a child and losing my job until 2022, where I started seeing that hey, I need to do something more with my life. I need to ground myself more. Like I said, I thrive in helping individuals. Like my home is just really talking to individuals. So I leaned into that and put all my passion, all my money, all my energy and time into this coaching business in 2022, and out for a novel. That's really showcasing what I had to go through my journey of starting from being,
Mm,
abused and not having a support system up until this point. And I put that out because I felt as though that would also aid humans, or I use the term humans because I don't like using people, so excuse me for that. But and it'll also aid others that feeling similar
yeah.
to what I was going through. And yeah, and here I am today, just really tuning into myself, my kids, and just really just becoming my full authentic self.
Awesome. And as you kind of mentioned, a lot of people might have just given up, stayed in bed, just thought, woe is me. But you stuck with it. You had that resilience. How does spirituality play a role in your life and the practices you use to be able to connect with that? To really, I always say there's a higher power than me that's guiding me, directing me, and sometimes we listen and sometimes we don't. So talk to us a little bit about this, the role of that in your life.
Yeah, so in the beginning, when I was going through everything, I wasn't spiritual, I was religious. I do think there's a difference for me personally. Um, and I was lost in identifying with that particular religion, which is Baptist. And it wasn't until after college where I wanted to really understand me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why I was
Yeah.
here, right? Why I went through this. Like the things that I went through, people, have sleeps about that and nightmares, right? There are things that I went through that there others can't really, um, attest to. So I really wanted to know why. Why did I go through this? Just why me? Why do I have a
Mm.
feeling of a belonging and help individuals because of my pain? Like, why do I feel these things that was coming about? Because these were strong feelings when I wanted to work on myself. So there's just a whole bunch of why questions I have for myself, and what does this mean, and how did this become this way, and my perspectives and everything. So I was looking externally for all my answers. I was introduced to spirituality um, by Billy Carson, and I was also introduced to spirituality by listening to other podcasts, and how the guests they was into spiritual practices. So all this came to fold, and I was like, let me lean more into this because it seemed like something I can resonate with. Meditation,
Mm-hmm.
affirmations, like all of this was coming ahead when I started doing my transformation. And spirituality asks you to look within yourself, not outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Like other things well, for me personally speaking, for me, religion taught me to look outside of myself, and for spirituality is asking me to look inside of myself, and that's what I wanted to do, the groundwork for me personally. um and that's what happened. I found that meditation, to answer your question, grounds me, it centers me, it relaxes my mind. I do have anxiety, so meditation definitely helps with that.
Yeah.
Affirmations as well, speaking life into myself, because I didn't get that when I was younger. That you're meaningful, you're purposeful, you matter, I love you, there's somebody that wants you. I didn't really get that. It was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
negative stuff.
That
So
wasn't what
now,
you heard.
no, not at all. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear none of that. So I had to, when I was doing the groundwork, I had to do self-acceptance. I have to do self-love, which I think is two different things. But it was really powerful trying to put those together. And that's what spirituality helped me do, just really coming to terms with who I am, where I
Yeah.
came from, and where I want to go. So now I'm looking really more self-aware. I'm more self-exploration. And I love it. It seems like it's a lot of work really trying to fine tune who you are. But if you really want to do that, and it's not hard work, and spirituality definitely guided me along that way. It helps me balance, help me center myself. And it helps me, like I said, calm down my anxiety or depression, and just really just speak to the issue that's in front of you, not any chains or anything that's holding you back, and really just embodying, your who you want to be, right? And just
Mm-hmm.
growing from that and learning from your mistakes. So that's what spirituality has done for me. It's really helped me internally grow.
Awesome. And how did you discover your life purpose? And, what steps did you take to pursue it? I know you found yourself and started to believe in yourself, but what was really that pulling thing? And I wonder sometimes if it isn't that you became a mom too that kind of drove that. But what really was that aha moment that I have these gifts, I think I can help others, and I want to be that catalyst.
Yeah. So my both my girls um are constantly my inspiration to keep moving ahead. Prior to them, um, I really wasn't a social creature, right? Because I had a mom who was a helicopter mom, so she was really on me a lot. I can't do this, I can't wear this, I can't say this. So I didn't really have a lot of social interactions when I was younger. And it wasn't until I got into this program, like I mentioned, and I started being around others. And at first, it was overwhelming to have
Mm-hmm.
be around a whole bunch of peers when you really didn't wasn't around any, right? And you're coming out of your own self and your shell. So me being around individuals, gaining friends, talking to them. I coach my friends now when it comes to me. And it didn't start off like that. It was sparks and moments that I have saw it throughout my life where having a simple conversation, I have helped someone get epiphany. That epiphany, that moment there, for some reason, excites me. It really does excite me because it's like, ha, finally you got it. Finally, you know your
Mm-hmm.
purpose. Finally, you have some type of awareness of what's going on. Is that going to be planted a seed and grow? May or may not, but at least I did something to help you have some type of awareness. And that's all I ever wanted, was to have awareness. And a small part of me feels like that's for me to be like what I went through is a benefit now, right? To make a bad situation turn out to be good. That's just my own hidden thing that keeps me like, yes, I want that epiphany, because I know I'm helping individuals. But that's what it was for me. Throughout my life, I have seen those epiphany moments or those aha moments that I have given individuals just by guiding them a couple of questions. And I lean more towards that. You said, what was that moment for me? It was the moment I got into college when it really like hit a head. Because social work wasn't working for me. It was rubbing me the wrong way. I couldn't see the human for them being human, because I was hiding behind policies and rules and procedures that stopped me from actually engaging with the human that I wanted to, how I wanted to
Yeah.
engage with them. It stopped me a lot. So it was rubbing me the wrong way when it came to social work. And when I had the opportunity to really put my passion, money where the mouth is, right? Really put my passion to work, right? That's when I really just took charge of it, when I saw the opportunity to do so. It wasn't an easy opportunity or a quick decision, because like I said, I have a child. This coaching business might not work out for me. There was a lot of that. But at the same time, I was like, well, I already know where this left side would take me. I already know where this wrong road. I already know where this is going to take me if I decide to stay here, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that this side is going to do is help me learn, grow, inspire me. And if I do fail, I'm not going to see it as failure. I'm going to see it as a mistake that I can learn from it.
Yeah.
And then what happens next? I'll still be in the same situation. So that was what came ahead to really focus in my coaching business. I knew early on that I can help. That's why I leaned into social work. But now in my coaching, I'm just thriving.
And the next several questions are really about emotional resilience. We talk about emotional intelligence, but let's talk about emotional resilience and how that helps dealing with adversity and challenges that come at us like nonstop every day.
So yeah, resilience is definitely important. I think we have a terrible misconception of resilience. We feel like resilience means we have to exhaust ourselves until we meet our end goal, and that's not resilience at all. And we also think resilience is easy, that we can just go about our day thinking it was just going to occur. When we have to build resilience, it's not going to just occur out of thin air, and all of a sudden you built the strength to carry on with life. That's not how that is. So resilience is really about the ability to adapt to your situations and trying
Yeah.
to find an outcome to solve the situation, rather than having that situation overcome you when you're feeling stagnant and overwhelmed. So that's what resilience is. And resilience also look differently to everyone. For me, resilience is laughter. I love to laugh. That's a way for me to de-escalate situations. Uh,
Me
Also
too.
resilience. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. I think laughter could be the top one if you really enjoy, laughing and seeing the best side of things. Like I said, Milana, you read, then laughter would definitely help that. It would just calm everything down, so it won't be so hostile or be so hectic towards you when you're in that situation. And we all can do it. We have done that. Please, when we get awkward, we make a silly joke just to lower down some of that awkwardness. Everyone has it, but you have to find out what works for you. Some journal, some walk on the beach if you're close to it. Some just walk around the block a couple of times when it's feeling good at night just to clear your head. Some sit outside on a porch, just looking at the stars. Some go to sleep. Sometimes that works for them to build resilience. I'm exhausted. Let me lay down and then pick it back up. Some strategize. Resilience looks different to everyone, but resilience is just the ability to adapt to your situation.
Awesome. So, how do you balance the um, personal resilience with the needs of others that you care for, that you love? As you said, everybody's got different things. How are you balancing that?
Well, resilience also the what goes hand in hand with resilience is called boundaries. And we
Mm.
can allow we can help. Like I'm very a helpful person. I just love life. I just want everybody to be healthy, happy and healthy and whole, right? That's just me, you know. But at the same time, you know, self-care is not selfish, right? We have to understand that we too need to be happy, full, abundant, and peace as well, right? So resilience, although resilience is about adapting to your life situations and trying to, you know, deal with the situation instead of allowing it to overcome you, resilience is also about, well, what can I do right now to maintain my own happiness and peace while the situation is going on, right? So in order to maintain that, what does it look like, right? For me, although I love helping everybody, everybody don't have my phone number, right? So they have a situation where they can email me. When it comes down to even being a mom is a 24-hour, 7 days a week job.
Amen.
Probably 28 to 8 days a week if you can add it in there, right? And so even when it comes down to my children, I have to know that yes, I love my children dearly, right? But I can't be a mom 24/7, 7 days a week, because I'm gonna lose out on being Yahne, right? Getting swamped and overwhelmed with just being a mom. That's why some parents just get like, I can't stand my kids, or I just need a break, you know, because there's no balance, there's no boundaries. Where is that balance and boundaries at when it comes to you, who you authentically are? You know, just not no titles, just you versus all the titles that you give. Where's that balance and boundary? So that's what I do when it comes to my life. I make sure that the time set out. This is how I do. I strategize. The time set out for my children. The time set out for me. The time set out for my coaching business. The time set out for this and that and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And try to formulate them and try to make it seamless. Yeah, that's what one of the things that I do, and it works. Sometimes I have to give, you know, way my children need me, then okay, that, you know, life happens. We gotta strategize. That's resilience, right? Strategize, regroup, do it all over again. That's how you do that. So yeah, those two things when it comes down to resilience or my personal, you know, resilience mixing with helping others. Yeah, those two things, balance and boundaries.
Awesome. So how do you define self-love? I often have people on because, you know, we as women, and you've touched on this a few times now, but we are so terrible at we're helping everybody else. And we're not giving ourselves the oxygen mask ever. And I know whenever I first got married, no kids for 9 years, but I was in a stressful job, and I knew I worked in an accounting firm, and I knew come January, my life was not going to be fun for 3 months. So in October, I went to the beach by myself. Goodbye, husband. Go. Nope, not too many people had arrived yet on the beach, and I was all by myself, but I could center myself. I could meditate. I could just listen to the ocean. And that made me better as an employee, as a wife, come January.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. Self-love for me, what does it look like? So let's get it. So I'm gonna go back a little bit when I said self-love and self-acceptance are totally two different things, because it is. Self-acceptance is about, you know, being okay with who you are, right? Self-love is how you promote your healthy mindset. So once again, it does look different to everybody else. I'll strongly lean on laughter, but self-love is how you're gonna promote yourself in a healthy mindset. What does that look like for you? Maybe it's just taking a moment and taking a step back, right? Maybe it's self-reflecting. Maybe it's going out, taking yourself out on a date, right? And not being, having your surroundings, always calling on you. Maybe just I want to take a moment and remove myself and go on a movie date with myself, right? Go get a spa day, massage, right? Get some cucumbers that have something on your eyes and your eyes feel better, right? So, get your hair done. Like, we women can do a whole lot of different things to really feel good, right? It don't have to be so materialistic, but when you do wear clothes and get your hair done, and your posture start changing, right? Sometimes we have to, feel good on the outside to bring it in the side. I'm not saying rely so much on the outside, because you can definitely get distracted with how I look and all that kind of stuff. But when you wear the clothes that feels good for you, is what I'm saying, or wear your hair that feels good for you, that's what I'm talking about dressing up and looking good. That's self-love. Even fixing your bed, right, can do wonders with your mentality, right? It's not cluttered, right? When you look at outside things, it's so cluttered, your mind can get cluttered. So doing small house chores, just looking at a bathroom look clean. For some reason, for me, right? The
My
dishes,
kitchen is that way. It's like, oh God, please do not wake up with a kitchen that looks like a disaster hit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So it just looks different for everyone else, but just really trying to promote your authentic happiness, right? Without distractions, without somebody saying this is what you should do. What it belongs to you, right? That's going to be your happiness because when you lay down at night, you have to be happy with the choices you made throughout the day, and you want that to be full of self love that you actually
Yeah.
did something that promotes your happiness. So that's what self love is all about.
Time has flown by. I cannot believe this, but what does empowerment mean to you? And how do you empower yourself and others?
So every time somebody asks me this question, my mind automatically goes to Martin Luther King.
Good, good.
because regardless of what he was going through in that time, right? He still spoke up for what was wrong, right? He spoke life into his family. He said he had a dream. He spoke life into others, right? He really motivated and inspired others to just hold on to that little bit of piece of hope that they had during that time, right? And he also, it's not easy to get up there in the microphone and saying this is how I feel, right? So he had in some way tried to empower himself when he had a whole bunch of naysayers and just knowing him, right, and calling him that word, I'm not going to mention that word, but calling him that. Like, he had a whole lot of things against him. So empowerment for me is just speaking life into yourself, speaking life into others, advocating against any unjust that goes on in someone else's life and your life, and never being afraid of being that one individual. If it's a
Mhm.
entire room of 100 no's, being that one individual to really stand up. So I feel like empowerment is just embodying being empowerment is about embodying being aware of your surroundings and doing what you can to promote your surroundings to be happy. And I know I keep saying it's authentic, but I really want to stress that because empowerment is really what's true to me, right? It's not
Yeah.
emotionally factual, just what's true to me. How can I get there? How can I inspire myself to get there? How can I inspire others to get there? Empowerment is just about what can I do? What can they do to reach their fullest potential? And like I said, that's what for me, Martin Luther King did. He really inspired himself. He inspired others, and for me, he changed the world. And that's what empowerment is. You want to change the world. You want to get everybody hyped up to do something about something.
Awesome. So, what advice would you give as our final question? What advice would you give someone who is struggling finding their purpose?
Good advice. Okay, so I have two things. I'm going to be real quick. That only can go off of my life and how I find my purpose. One is to eliminate distractions. You're
Yeah.
not going to be good to no one if you're comparing yourself to someone else. You can't find your purpose. There's no way you can do that if you're looking at Harriet or Tom or whoever and saying, I want to be that. How can I be that? Well, you're only you, right? Their journey is their journey. So you want to find your purpose. You have to eliminate distractions and comparisons. That's tough love there. You have to do that. You can't compare yourself. Social
Hmm.
media is not good for you when you're trying to find your purpose. Anything, news either, just anything that deals with fear and lack of abundance is not going to get you to your
Yeah.
purpose. So eliminate the distractions. The second thing is sit with yourself. Meditate. You'd be amazed what comes up in your thought process when you ask those right
Yeah.
questions, right? What how your body responds to when you ask what is my purpose, right? Sit with yourself and see what comes up. That's hard to do, especially for me. 5 minutes of just sitting, that was crazy that I couldn't do that. But after a while, I could sit with myself and lay in bed 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and time just go by because I'm listening to my body, listen to how I react, listen to the thoughts that come up. And I promise you, for me, like I said, for me, I'm gonna speak on me. I promise you that it will surface what your purpose is, and ask those tough questions. Ask those questions
Yeah.
that arise, and just be in that moment. What is my purpose? See what comes up. Journal, write out what do you write, right? That also can themes that you write in your journal can
Yeah.
also come up and say, hey, I'm writing a lot about this. Maybe that's something I should lean into, right? Explore. I gave a lot,
Hmm.
but those are the tips that I would say. Explore, journal, meditate, and eliminate distractions.
Perfect. Well, if you all have enjoyed the conversation we've just been having about finding your purpose and really how to live a life of passion and drive, then you're going to want to connect with Yahne. And I have the slide to let you do that. So the website is, for you that are listening, YahneSneed.com. That's YahneSneed.com. YahneSneed.com. For Facebook and Instagram, she's at Relentless Phoenix 00. On LinkedIn, you can search by her name, Yahne Sneed Speaker, hyphenated between Yahne Sneed and Speaker. So those three words are hyphenated. And TikTok is at Relentless Phoenix 00. I'm going to turn it over to Yahne now to talk about her call to action. She'll let you know what you can find on her website that might help you, as well as any of the social media that she really spends the most time in that you can connect with her there. So Yahne, it's all yours.
Yes, thank you. So my website, Yahne Sneed, definitely has all my information that you will need. There are two or three things I want to just highlight. One of them, or two of them, is my call to action. My first one is I am writing a journal initiative, or is getting created now, where it's a self-help book, the self-help journal, and it's going to be given to the maternity ward at the hospitals, and also high schoolers who just need a community or someone to say that you matter, and you have somebody there that's actually looking and saying that you have purpose and you have meaning. So my journal initiative is the proceeds will go to the hospitals, maternity ward, and high school students. I also have another call to action that's on my website. It's a resilience ebook series where you will go through that workbook, and you'll pull out some things that you can use today to build your resilience and achieve clarity. And the last thing I want to mention is that I am providing free discovery sessions, and this will just be us going through a couple of things that you may want to talk about and get some clarity on. And I'm offering that for free, and you can also find that at my website as well. Shoot me an email, you can get that scheduled in. But yes, support me. This is going to be great.
Fantastic. So Yahne, it has just been wonderful. I mean, we all need to sit with ourselves, as you said, and really think about our purpose and understand that our purpose that we had when we were 14, 20, 30, 40, 50, they change, and it's okay to change. It shows you're growing. It shows you're developing and evolving. And so don't be afraid of it. But if you need help, please do reach out to Yahne for her advice, her wisdom, and her guidance.
Awesome. Yes, definitely. And just one more thing before we go, I just want to tell everyone who's listening, you matter, you're loved, and treat yourself as you wish others to treat you.
Awesome. And as always, I remind everyone that life is a journey, and it's up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Noethling, signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling, where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.